Celebrities react to Matthew Perry's death. In this video, we'll look at the details surrounding this tragic event and the outpouring of love from fans, and we'll reveal the real reason for his death. The famous actor Matthew Perry, who played the witty Chandler Bing on the hit sitcom Friends in the 1990s in the US, passed away on Saturday, following what appears to have been a hot tub drowning. He was 54 years old. According to law enforcement officials, cited by the Los Angeles Times and TMZ.com, the American-Canadian musician was discovered dead in a bathtub at his Los Angeles residence. His death was confirmed by NBC, the network that aired Friends for 10 years, in a statement posted on social media platform X. Celebrities and other well-known figures expressed their sorrow upon hearing the news. Former classmate Justin Trudeau of Canada, who now serves as Prime Minister, called Perry's death shocking and saddening in an Ottawa statement. On Friday, Perry was buried in a Los Angeles cemetery. Social media users share a video from Perry's funeral service, where all his co-stars can be seen. The account Ian Velji X uploaded the video. The sources stressed that there were no indications of foul play, and that the matter was a death investigation. Reactions to Perry's passing were received from all around Hollywood. Playing Janice, Chandler Bing's partner on Friends, Maggie Wheeler said Perry passed away too young, and that those who knew him in actual life and on screen will remember him. The cast members of Friends with Matthew Perry share their condolences and anguish over his passing in a statement sent to People magazine on Monday. "We are all so utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates," David Schwimmer, Matt LeBlanc, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, and Lisa Kudrow stated. "We are family. There is so much to say, but right now, we're going to take a moment to grieve and process this unfathomable loss." Matthew's castmates from Friends haven't responded to his death personally. Did Matthew Perry not get along well with them? It is important to keep in mind that celebrities often grieve in private, even though this may seem strange. Public tributes do not simply mean hatred. On set, dynamics are complex, but the Friends cast has always seemed close-knit. However, we can't rule out personal issues that might have been kept private. The lack of tributes on the internet in this day and age of social media is hitting. Is this a sign of something more serious? Social media cannot be used to properly judge interpersonal relationships. People mourn in different ways. Not everyone decides to post about their emotions online. Maybe the cast of Friends is giving Matthew Perry some privacy during this difficult period. In a memoir he published this year, Matthew shared confidential information about the difficult period in his life. He talked about his challenges, including his apparent weight gain/loss on the show. Perry's long battle with prescribed drug and alcohol addiction was primarily kept hidden from the public for the majority of its first run. He wrote about it in his 2022 book, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. "Hi, you may know me by another name. Although my name is Matthew, my friends call me Maddie, and I should be dead," Perry wrote in the book's initial section. Perry battled addictions behind the scenes amid his success, going to rehab 15 times in the course of his career. In 2016, he claimed to have forgotten about filming Friends season 3 through 6 on Britain's BBC Radio 2. In addition to using drugs, Matthew struggled with health problems, some of which were severe enough to require hospitalization. He had to have urgent surgery due to a gastrointestinal perforation in one instance, but he was fortunate to recover. The actor wrote about his health issues in his book, including a terrifying hospital stay he had for 5 months after using Oxycontin and breaking his colon. "I'm Mattman." In a strange Instagram post on October 22nd, Matthew Perry shared his final words in public. The post featured a picture of the Friends star laying in his hot tub with the lights of the Pacific Palisades sparkling in the distance. And the mystery surrounding Mattman, Perry's Rosebud, would only get more complex. Was that a code? An inside joke? Conspiracy theories on TikTok speculated whether it was a cry for help. Following the incident, Perry disclosed that he had a colostomy bag to wear for around a year after going into a 2-week coma. One of Perry's most significant decisions, which came from the experience, was giving up prescription painkillers. Further details regarding Perry's demise came to light after his death initially made news, and TMZ added to the story with information regarding the actor's last hours. According to the site, Perry played pickleball for 2 hours in the morning before returning home. He supposedly sent his assistant on a routine task when he arrived home. About 2 hours later, his assistant returned and discovered Perry was not moving. He immediately called 911. First responders were sent out to a Pacific Palisades property at 4:07 p.m. in response to the 911 call regarding an unidentified water emergency, according to Los Angeles Fire Department spokesman Brian Humphrey. Records obtained from the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office indicate that further investigation was necessary to determine the cause of Perry's death at his residence on Saturday, before making a final decision. On Saturday afternoon, the medical examiner made updates to Perry's online record, indicating that his cause of death was deferred. Matthew Perry's journey has touched countless lives. His humor and vulnerability on screen were echoed in the hearts of his fans, and now, his untimely departure leaves a void that can never be filled. Let's remember the joy he brought us, and in that memory, may we find the strength to keep his legacy alive. Thank you for joining us today as we pay tribute to a remarkable talent who will forever remain in our hearts.